was celebration for some Iraqis and disappointment for others in the country's extremely close parliamentary elections. Since no political bloc won a majority of seats, former Prime Minister Ayad Allawi's Iraqi coalition, that won the most, is first to try and form the next government. Mr. Allawi called on Iraqis to move forward.
I believe very strongly that unless we develop the concept of partnership in Iraq, no stability will occur. And the partnership, I mean it, a full partnership, that there is no difference between a Kurd or an Arab, a Shi'i or a Sunni, a Muslim or non-Muslim.
Iraq's Prime Minister Nouri al-Malaki is making the same appeal even as he contests the results. Both he and Mr. Allawi are Shiites. But Mr. Allawi's Iraqi coalition won many votes from minority Sunnis. Kenneth Pollack is a Middle East expert at the Brookings Institution.
Sunnis voted for him because they felt that he would be a Shia who would nevertheless represent their interests and who would simply play evenly across the spectrum of Iraq. And I think that there were a lot of other people who voted for him because this is the direction they'd like to see Iraq and its politics move in, a direction toward greater secularism, putting the old sectarian politics of the past behind, and instead focusing on what Iraq needs to move forward.
But if Mr. Allawi is not able to form a ruling coalition, Mr. Malaki could be next. If Mr. Allawi fails, President Jalal Talabani will choose the leader of another political bloc. Experts say Mr. Malaki could gain support from another Shiite coalition and also from Kurds. Andre Barki is an expert on the Kurds at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. He says Kurds are especially concerned that Iraqi President Talabani, a Kurd, could be pushed from power.
President Talabani has been a unifying figure. He's done it. Everybody says Kurd, Shia, or Sunni, that he's done a very good job. But if they take it away from the Kurds at this stage, it may send a signal that maybe the Kurds are not really wanted in Iraq, or that it puts them back in a secondary position.
U.S. officials say the elections are an example to be followed throughout the Middle East. The Iraqi vote was closely watched by neighboring governments such as Iran, which are seeking influence. Brian Katulis follows Middle Eastern affairs at the Center for American Progress in Washington.
All of the neighboring countries have in some way quietly played some sort of role, and it's almost an election about the future of the Middle East and what it will look like, because will it lean more closely towards Tehran? Will the new government seek to integrate itself with all of its neighbors?
With coalition building likely to be prolonged, it could be difficult for Mr. Malaki's government to rule during the interim, analysts say. And that could open the door to more violence.
The Prime Minister will be a political actor, and any action that he takes is going to be interpreted by every single other party out there as being about trying to influence the politics of government formation.
As the process of government formation unfolds, the U.S. is still on board to withdraw half its troops by the end of August. Deborah Block, VOA News, Washington.